Peace and blessings, beautiful people. Today is our first episode of Medicinal Herb Mondays, where I choose one herb from my apothecary and give you its history, its medicinal properties, and everything that you need to know about it. My name is Reginald Lewis, and I am the owner of Key to Natural Health, where we had the keys to natural healing. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Ginkgo Biloba. I actually need to get some more. I actually use this a lot. That's why I'm running low. What I did there, running low on Ginkgo Biloba. Ginkgo Biloba is a tree originally native to China. It's actually an ancient tree because it's said to have the capacity to live over 3,000 years. That's a long time. When scientists look at fossils, they actually see the Ginkgo Biloba plant or the leaf and some of the fossils. Ginkgo Biloba get its name because if you look at the leaf of the Ginkgo Biloba plant, it has two lobes on the end of it. With over 400 studies, Ginkgo Biloba is one of the most studied plants and also one of the most used herbs known to man. Although the nuts can be used for occasional cough and headache, the leaves are what's mainly used from the Biloba plant for its medicinal properties. It's tea time, people. Let's dive into these medicinal properties. It actually has a very mild taste. I can compare it maybe to black tea. You don't need any honey, don't need any lemon or anything like that. You can drink it straight as is. One of the first medicinal properties that Ginkgo Biloba hosts is that it's good for circulation and heart health. Now, the reason that it's good for that is because it's high in nitric oxide. Now, I know you think nitric oxide, that gassy gas that make, people pass out. Kind of the same thing, but not the exact same thing. Nitric oxide inside our bodies, not the gas that's on the outside, is good for dilating the blood vessels. Dilated blood vessels, you bring about better blood flow. With better blood flow, you bring about better heart health. Of course, if the blood is flowing throughout the body more easily and is not constricted, the blood vessels aren't constricted, then now you're reducing blood pressure. You have more energy throughout the body. Men may suffer from ED, erectile dysfunction. You're going to alleviate that. You're going to be able to think better. Just imagine all of the different places that blood is flowing to. Just imagine if your blood vessels are constricted. Now, just imagine if those constricted blood vessels are now dilated. Now the blood is flowing to these different parts of the body. With that better blood circulation, it brings about my second point for Ginkgo Biloba, which is better brain health and cognitive functions. Again, we coming back to this blood circulation. Now, where is blood also? In our brain. So those that have that brain fog, those who have bad memory, those that even have dementia and Alzheimer's, is because their blood circulation sometimes is not getting all the way in there to all of those stems and those neurons in the brain. But Ginkgo Biloba can help alleviate that. Actually, studies that have found that with those taking Ginkgo Biloba for 22 to 24 weeks, actually shown a reduction in signs of dementia. When we talk about the brain, we have to consider memory recall, reaction time, concentration, attention span, even studying. Just for the record, those of you that may have a test or something coming up, I got a little cheat code for you. Sip on a little Ginkgo Biloba. And that memory recall for everything that you study about that test, it'll come rolling back in while you're taking that test. Now, our third benefit of Ginkgo Biloba. We still talking about the brain here. See, Ginkgo Biloba is a brain herb. It's a brain herb. We're going into stress and anxiety. Who doesn't deal with that? The way that it helps in this area is it actually goes in and it modulates the neurotransmitters which are responsible for the stress reduction messengers in the brain. In 2007, there was a study of 170 people that was given 240 milligrams of Ginkgo Biloba 480 milligrams of Ginkgo Biloba, and a placebo, the little water pill, like we just gonna trick you real quick and see what your brain thinks that it's doing. In that study, they actually shown that those that took the 480 milligram dosage of the Ginkgo Biloba actually shown a 45% reduction rate of stress and anxiety compared to those that took the placebo. 45%. That is a lot. We're going to go ahead and ring it on in with our fourth benefit of Ginkgo Biloba. The fourth benefit of Ginkgo Biloba is that it actually helps with tinnitus. You see how I did there? Ring in that fourth one. Tinnitus. If you don't know what tinnitus is, it's actually the ringing in the ears that some people just be like, oh, somebody's thinking about me, or whatever they say. It's actually called tinnitus. And Ginkgo Biloba helps in that area because, again, we're going into that blood circulation to the ears, to the brain, to the nose, to the fingers, to the toes, to all extremities of the body. Now, since we're still in this area here, right here, we're going to go ahead and roll on in with our fifth benefit of Ginkgo Biloba, is which it actually could help with vision and eye health. Now, things just got real blurry. Now, there is still a lot of testing to see if Ginkgo Biloba actually helps with vision, but as far as eye health, it does help in that area. For those that have glaucoma, they do have a few studies that actually shows that Ginkgo Biloba helps to reduce the symptoms of glaucoma. Now, our fifth benefit of Ginkgo Biloba, which is almost one of my favorite outside of the nitric oxide, is that it is very, very, very high in antioxidants. For those of you that don't know what antioxidants are, I know we hear it all the time. Eat your blueberries, it's high in antioxidants. Antioxidants are actually what goes in and help to combat those free radicals. Now, free radicals, what are those? Never thought you ask. Free radicals are particles that are produced inside the body, mainly during the metabolic process. Whenever we eat food and they transfer it over to energy, that's usually when free radicals are made. Now, free radicals, they pretty much go in and they damage our cells. They accelerate aging. So that's why we need those antioxidants to come in. I got an analogy for you. Free radicals are these wild, rambunctious kids running around, ripping the house up, just doing whatever they want to do. They just little rascals, just tearing everything up. And antioxidants are mama with that belt. They come in and they hush all that up. Hey, you better calm down. Hey, put that toy down. Put that stuff where I told you to put it. That's why we should, consume foods that have a lot of antioxidants, because it helps to reduce that aging. It helps to prevent things like cancer, because you have these free radicals going in and literally damaging our cells, damaging our DNA, damaging different things. We bring about different disease, different ailments, different things that we don't want going on. Now, the side effects of Ginkgo Biloba, it's not much. It's not nothing. It's like this much. It's like that much. Possible side effects comes possibly from those that may be allergic to plants that have alkyphenols. Alkyphenols, which is a chemical that comes from some plants, and it's very rare that people are actually allergic to them. Another side effect for those that might be taking blood thinners. Now, we're taking blood thinners because our blood might be too thick, or because our blood vessels are not dilating, or they are very constricted. Now, when we go into the nitric oxide that is in Ginkgo Biloba, then now blood thinning and dilated blood vessels, you might bleed too much, and we don't want that. Now, that concludes our first episode of Medicinal Herb Mondays. Burn, 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 burn. Be sure to like and subscribe, because every Monday we coming right back here with another episode of Medicinal Herb Mondays. We're going to talk about all of these herbs back here. Every last one of them. I have about 70, and I just want to talk about them and tell you about their medicinal properties. Thank you again for tuning in. This is Reginald Lewis with Key to Natural Health, where we got the keys to natural healing.